Happy Sunday, everybody. Meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you've had a great weekend. We finally saw a little bit of sunshine. It's been a little bit blustery around here. Things are settling down this evening, thankfully. This weather update will take a couple of minutes. We'll go through the near-term forecast, look ahead at the coming work week, and also talk about where the cold air is and how warm it's been this winter. And if you have a couple of minutes, just tune on into the stream here. We will allow folks to gather on the stream. And once we get going here, we'll plug along and see how this goes on this Sunday. So with that, let me bring myself in here and introduce myself, meteorologist Keith Gibson, in the flesh here on our Sunday evening. Hopefully you're doing okay here. It's just about 8 o'clock. On this Saturday. How about Sunday evening? All my days are all together here. But let's get into our forecast discussion. I do want to let you know that we are giving you a super early first alert, if you will.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
And, let me turn this volume down there. Okay, volume is working. But 3 weeks from today, can you believe it? We have that time change. We will spring forward 1 hour, 3 weeks from today, March 10th. Now, that's a sign of spring, but our temperatures over really the entirety of the winter certainly have been very spring-like, unusually warm, and we will have more of that as we go ahead into this coming work week. Cold air has been limited in size and scope for most of the winter, and we will have some more mild air coming our way. So in 3 weeks, we go into that time change. We spring forward, and tomorrow is President's Day. Some of you may have the day off for the long holiday weekend, and it's going to be a chilly start. We'll have temperatures tonight will be in the teens. The Northwood, some locations, could be into the single digits, but a very chilly night tonight. Fair amount of sun tomorrow, some scattered clouds coming on in. We're looking at some 30s and low 40s in the region for our Monday. So that's where we are headed as we start the work week. A mild start above the average, which is about 30 degrees. That's where we should be for this time of year. Now, we are currently on pace for the warmest winter on record in Green Bay and many other reporting sites here in Wisconsin and the Great Lakes. We will end the month of February and start March on a very mild note. This is the extended temperature outlook that will get us through the end of the month and the first couple of days of March. It is going to be extremely warm for the next week to week and a half here across northeastern Wisconsin and the entire region. This is the outlook. Most of the data suggests it's going to be very warm here. So a continuation of what we've had. Now, I was poking around in some of the old records so far this winter earlier today. And in Green Bay, let's focus on Green Bay real quick. We've had some records, but they've all been skewed towards the warmer type records for the winter season. We've had, since December 1st, 5 new record highs established in Green Bay, 4 record warm low temperatures also established. We've had no record lows, none whatsoever. I know we had that cold snap in January, but it was nowhere near how cold it could have been. And we've only had 1 record snowfall occurrence this month, and that was with that big blizzard there in the middle of January. So by and large, it's been warm. It's been relatively tame. We haven't had a lot of major winter storms around here. We have had some snow, though. Now I'm going to back things out and talk about the state of Wisconsin as a whole. Looking at some preliminary record reports for the state. This is from NCDC, the a NOAA entity that handles a lot of the climate records. These are some preliminary numbers, but December 1st through yesterday, for the state, 429 record highs established during the wintertime season. 0, none, nada, record lows. Now, there could be something that changes once the data is finalized in the next couple of weeks after the winter, but this just tells the story. It has been warm, warm, and warm. Even though we've had some cold air, the cold air has been not record setting and nothing that we can't handle, but it's just been extremely warm. Now, let's talk about the cold air now. Where is it located? I've zoomed things up into the Arctic. Russia, Siberia on the left side of your screen, your device. It has warmed up a little bit in Anchorage up to 34, Fairbanks, Alaska at 15, so they are above zero. But there's cold air from Siberia up across the North Pole into northern Canada, Greenland, Hudson Bay. It's locked up here right now, and it's going to remain locked up here for the entirety of the next 7 to 10 days, and that is why we're thinking we're going to end the month on a very mild note. This is the next week in time. Cold air bottled up to the north. We will have a couple of surges of mild air come back in here. It is unusually mild. It is going to stay unusually mild. And it's going to be pretty quiet, too. There's a lot of noise back across the West Coast. They're getting pounded again with more rain and more snow from California up into Oregon and Washington. But the way the atmosphere is set up, the steering flow, there are systems out there. We may get a little taste of some energy that will break off from some of those things, but really I don't expect any big system or any significant precipitation chances in here until sometime next week. We could have a little bit of light rain around here on Wednesday and maybe a few flakes or some light snow showers Friday or Saturday, but really we're going to have to wait until next week, so at least 7 to maybe 10 days before our next best chance for some precipitation, rain and or snow. And our rain and or snow chances, the precip chances, minuscule at best, just 10% Wednesday. That could be way optimistic, we'll see. And also for Friday, I've got 10%. There could be a few snowflakes there also into Saturday. I'm not putting that on the graphic here for Saturday, but that's really it. And we'll see if things change with some new data that come in later on over the next couple of days. But right now we're keeping our severe weather outlook in the very low category, which is good news. I mean, if you have to travel, if you have to deal with anything, and you don't want to deal with snow or shoveling or anything like that, icy conditions, that's good. But if you are in the snow plowing business, if you want to do some skiing, cross country, downhill, snowmobiling, ice fishing has been a disaster of late, and any outdoor winter recreation, man, it has just been a struggle. So quiet and mild, that is going to be the ongoing theme as we get into the coming work week. Now, these are current numbers. This is just after 8 o'clock. Let me bring this up full screen here. And these are the current numbers. It's chilly, winds are easing, but it is a cool Sunday night. Thankfully not as brisk as it was the last couple of nights. 20s, we also have some teens plotting on the map already. Likely going to have some single digits across the North Woods tonight. Most other locations will be down into the teens. And let's get into your forecast here. Winds easing, mostly clear skies. It's going to be a pretty quiet night, just chilly. I'm saying it's chilly, but this is typical winter weather here, folks. This is what we should be dealing with. Our actual lows right now should be in the mid-teens, around 14 in Green Bay. So we are trending towards normal tonight for a change, if you can believe it. It will be a chilly start to our Monday, bundle on up. But thankfully, the wind factor is going to be reasonably light for the rest of tonight and for the first part of tomorrow when we are pretty cold. Dry air, clear skies, light wind, setting the stage for a very chilly night. But we'll have a decent amount of sun on Monday. Now, it's going to be a cool start. We're advertising near 40 degrees in Green Bay, generally 30s and low 40s across the region. Winds from the south and southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So not too windy, a decent amount of sun. You're going to notice some higher clouds stream on in, and that will filter out the sun a little bit, but it still should be a pretty bright day in general. A little bit cooler near the lake, Door County up across the North Woods, some low 40s back southwest of the Fox Cities. Typical weather for the trends that we've had of late, a little cooler lakeside and north, and a little bit milder back across the central part of the state. But a lot of sun, mainly clear skies for tonight into our day tomorrow. But with Predictor, there's likely going to be a milky white appearance to the sky tomorrow because I think we'll have some higher cloud stream on in, upper level moisture. At times we may be mostly cloudy, but these clouds are going to be way up in the atmosphere, so not going to have to worry about any precipitation. Now, thicker clouds are possible as we get into our Tuesday, but temperatures could actually be a little bit milder on Tuesday, if you can believe it. So let's look ahead at these slim precip chances. Wednesday, there's going to be a weak little feature skirting through the region, especially to our south. Now, we're putting that 10% chance for a little bit of precipitation, rain, if we're going to get it here on Wednesday, but that's a bit of a stretch. So we'll see how things go, but I can't rule out a little bit of moisture there. I think most of that's going to be deflected to our south and east. Thursday, pretty quiet. And also for our Friday into Saturday, we mentioned the chance of a few snowflakes here. We'll see some more clouds, I think, and the question is, this little disturbance coming on in, is it going to do anything or not? The last couple of days, we had hints that it may be a little bit more aggressive and put down a little coating of some light snow. Friday or Saturday, right now, it doesn't look like we're going to have a lot. But there still, at some point, could be some flurries or some light snow showers Friday into Saturday. Right now, it doesn't look like anything significant. Unfortunately, if you're looking for some snow to freshen things up, and we really have a lack of snowpack across our region. So having said all of that, this is what it boils down to for the next 7 days. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 30s and low 40s, 46 on Tuesday. 49 to around 50 on Wednesday, maybe a stray shower, 47 Thursday. Briefly cooler Friday and Saturday, probably mid to upper 30s there, which is still above average, by the way. And then we may zoom well back into the 40s Sunday and early next week. Now, right before I started the live stream here, I did happen to glance at one of our other global models, and it wanted to bring down some, the American GFS model wanted to bring down a surge of cold, really cold air as we get into the first part of March. Can't rule that out. We are long overdue for another cold snap around here. And, we can get snow and cold air in the March and April. We've been riding this high streak of warm temperatures of late. Minus the January blizzard and that cold snap. And yes, it can turn colder again, but at least for the next 7 to 10 days, it's looking relatively warm. We showed you that cold air up in Canada and the Arctic. It's still up there, and it can come on down here. And in the near term, it's not for the next 7 to 10 days, but that is a possibility as we get a little bit deeper into the first part of March. So time will tell on that. But right now, it's looking like a pretty quiet week ahead here. Chilly tonight into tomorrow morning, but as you can see with the 7-day, we're going to be doing okay weather-wise, and no major issues as far as driving or major winter storms here in the region this week. So I just want to get you heads up on where we're headed for the next 7 days. If you happen to miss our abbreviated newscast at 5:45 after the hockey game, I couldn't squeeze all this information into that, so we're giving it to you right here on the stream. We'll have another live update on TV tonight at 10 o'clock, and of course, we'll keep you updated on our news app and our weather app and our website and our newscast as we go throughout the next couple of days. So with that, have a great night, and we'll see you later on.